What's up, Dallas Cowboy Nation? It's your boy G from Jersey with the Quest for Six podcast. So, yesterday, the Dallas Cowboys went to Los Angeles and had a practice with the Los Angeles Rams. Okay, fans were banned from practice. All right. Also, media was prohibited from filming a lot of the practice, but we did get a lot of clips throughout the practices from media sources and we had the Dallas Cowboys staff uh, posting nonstop updates regarding the practice. Okay, our guys that we follow, Joe Hoyt, Clarence Hill, Calvin Watkins, providing some really good updates throughout the entirety of practice, letting us know the big plays, letting us know what it was that they were seeing, the ups and the downs, and we're going to get into that right now. All right. All signs indicate that Justin Barron had one heck of a day yesterday. A lot of guys noting that Justin Barron had 3 interceptions in the practice yesterday against the Rams. There were several clips of those interceptions out yesterday. And, listen, Justin Barron is a guy who has very quietly had a good training camp so far, all right? Yesterday did not shock me at all. It did not surprise me at all that Justin Barron was getting run with the first team defense, all right? And the reason why it didn't shock me per se is because I've been mentioning to you guys for a while now. Follow that DLLS Cowboys podcast, all right? With Jeff Kavanaugh, Clarence Hill, and Jesse Holly, all right? A couple of weeks ago, Jeff Kavanaugh on one of the podcasts, one of the episodes, mentioned that Justin Barron was somebody that caught his attention with the way that he was practicing, that he was getting run with the ones, right? And that D. Winters wasn't as impressive as Justin Barron. And this is something that came out a few weeks ago. I've heard other folks mention Justin Barron's name. Joe Hoyt has mentioned Justin Barron's name a lot as well. I think I saw Brian Broaddus mention Justin Barron's name on an episode or two. And this is something that didn't shock me at all yesterday. An observation or a comparison that I made yesterday was that Justin Barron physically resembles a lot of what Zach Bond looks like, right, with the Philadelphia Eagles. Of course, Zach Bond, his story is well known. Somebody who was predominantly a special teamer and who has become a Pro Bowl linebacker with the Philadelphia Eagles here over the last 3-4 years. All right, so very similar body frame. All right, the speed, the way that they play sideline to sideline. And this might be a Christian Parker special. We don't know. Still early, but kudos to Justin Barron for having one heck of a day yesterday against the Rams, all right? On the flip side, a lot of reports coming out that tackle Terrence Steele, didn't have as good of a day as a lot of folks were expecting him to have, all right? And this is not shocking as well. We know that Terrence Steele struggles against good pass rush. He struggled against good pass rush his entire career. What we do know is that the Rams have a really good defensive front, okay? And Terrence Steele, for what everybody is saying, struggled yesterday in that practice. I have been vocal over the last week after looking at rosters. I think that the Dallas Cowboys need to make a move for an offensive tackle sooner rather than later. One in specific that I have kind of circled and had my focus on is Walker Little from the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is somebody who was a starter at tackle for the Jacksonville Jaguars. He got hurt, and the kid that replaced him has played extremely well and has surpassed him on the depth chart. Walker Little right now is the swing tackle in Jacksonville. I think that this is a training camp special that Jerry Jones and company should do, because you have 2 offensive tackles who are very uncertain. Okay? Tyler Guyton, from what we're hearing, has been better. Okay? But we know that he has struggled with injuries. Okay? And we know that Terrence Steele, he has digressed. At one point last year, he was surpassed, right? Somebody else started in his place last year in a regular season game. So I think that Walker Little is somebody who's attainable and somebody that Dallas should make an effort to try to pursue right now via trade. Okay. Um, Another thing that I wanted to touch right now is Maxx Crosby. Okay. I was discussing yesterday Maxx Crosby with J Tuck on Twitter. Okay. And J Tuck put out a post about Maxx Crosby. And listen, I'm all for Maxx Crosby. What I wrote back to J Tuck yesterday was Dallas can't wait, and Dallas shouldn't wait. You know why Dallas should not wait for the regular season, 4 or 5 games? And I made a post a couple weeks ago saying that, hey, Dallas might want to see where they are throughout the first quarter of the season, but Dallas can't wait for players such as Maxx Crosby. The reason being is because you allow other teams to get in it. You allow other teams to observe Maxx Crosby in that first quarter of the season. You're going to allow other teams to make offers for Maxx Crosby. And then at that point, the Raiders will have their list of offers that they can choose from. You need to strike on Maxx Crosby now, sooner rather than later. Make the Raiders an offer. Let them walk away from it, okay? But don't let other teams get in on the Maxx Crosby deal, okay? You're looking at on the NFC alone, the NFC side alone, teams that can use Maxx Crosby. Philadelphia, Chicago, okay? There are reports that Chicago is kicking the tires on pursuing Maxx Crosby. All right. But there are teams that are going to be lining up for Maxx Crosby after the first quarter, once they see where they are competitively, and once they see if Maxx Crosby is healthy or not. Okay. Hey, once again, this has been G from Jersey with the Quest for Six podcast. We'll get back to you later. Peace.